Welcome to our second Eirinncraft Podcast. I'm Mal.
I'm Mr. Peanut Lord.
I am WarTornSoldier.
And I am Joeeekillface.
Awesome. So the first thing we could talk about is the updates for the server. Flannel and I are going to be working on preparing scheduled events like what Zug used to do, but having them on a set schedule. So like Zug had the building events, he had Hunt the Marker, and instead of just doing those randomly whenever he felt like, we want to actually do them on a scheduled time. And so Flannel and I are going to be working on getting those prepared as well as scheduled.
That sounds good. I mean, the events that he always had were good. They were always fun.
It brought the most part of the community all together. We just had a laugh, worked your way through them.
I unfortunately haven't experienced them because I came back after that, but it does sound fun, most of the activities.
Yeah, there was a building contest. I won that. Just in case you didn't know, I won it. It was me, Jack, Sandy, and Eclipse. And initially, the prize was, 4 diamond blocks? And we had actually used more diamond blocks in the design than we actually won.
Wow.
There really wasn't much of a profit in that.
No, we just destroyed them and changed it to lapis.
Oh dear.
Well, somebody was telling me, and I think it was Mal, you were telling me that Zug did an event that I never even heard about.
Basically, there was just a square, and you get spawned in on the top of it, and you get like 6 pieces of wood, or as many pieces of wood as the host wants. And the aim of it is to break into the thing in the center. Now, you have to break in using only stuff that you pick up during this cube. So say you decided you'd make a pickaxe when you could use your hand instead. You'd obviously waste some of your wood, which would then obviously make it impossible for you to do it. Because there's only just enough wood and materials for you to make everything you need to make, which is pretty cool.
I haven't heard of that either. It sounds really cool though.
Yeah, at first I thought you were talking about we were moving maps, and at this specific time we told everybody that you could bring 1 double chest from the previous map into the new map, and we had a giant cube for that, for where all the chests were going to be at, so people could go and put them in, then we just world edited it over. And when we did that, a lot of people were spending time in that cube because they were constantly putting stuff in their chests and back and forth and everything, that everybody was always there. And a couple of us spawned in some bows and arrows, and we just started firing them at each other, and we just kept going off at each other, and we were just flying around shooting arrows at each other. And we decided, you know what, let's build some stuff. And we started building some like statues, some minecart rails, and everybody had a bow and arrow, and we started running around just firing at each other. Pissed everybody else off that wasn't playing because they were trying to actually put stuff in their chest. They'd warp to the cube, and then they'd start running over to their chest, and they get hit with an arrow. But that was a lot of fun because there was no real winner. There was just everybody was firing arrows at each other, and so if you died, just warp back, get another bow and arrow, and keep going. So what other kind of events would y'all like to see?
I like the idea of building events because it lets people kind of show off what they can do.
Might be able to upstage you, Joe.
You wish.
It's possible.
I quite like the idea of building events as well. Mainly that really.
I was thinking maybe making a statue contest where each person gets a 20 by 20 by 20 cube of stone, and then from that they have to carve out a statue instead of building a statue.
That's cool.
You tried to attempt that once, didn't you, Peanut?
I did, and I just didn't like the way it was coming out, so I got rid of it.
Or artist.
The Hunter marker one, I thought that was really funny because everyone was looking for it, and one person was gonna get it, and there was so many people involved in it, like trying to find it. And there's some random place along the map.
I remember that. I was on Skype with Sarah, and she was so adamant about trying to find this marker, and Zug had told me where it was at. Because I wasn't interested in trying to find it. I was like, I want to know where it's at. So I made me promise not to tell anybody where it was at. And then Sarah found out that I knew where it was at. And she was just like, where is it? Where is it? I'm like, I can't tell you. I promised Doug I wouldn't say anything. And she's like, well, I've been looking all over this den map. I can't find it anywhere. And it was in a desert. And she kept looking around. And I was like, why don't you look in the 3D mode to try and find it? And she's like, I completely forgot there was even a 3D mode part of Den map. And so she had been looking at it from top down instead of looking for a tower. And eventually she had found it, but when she went out there, EJ had already put a sign up saying that he had found it.
Out of 1 to 10, how pissed was she?
She was not happy, but it was funny.
That's the classical moments we want on Eirinncraft.
We have all kinds of stories. One day, I'm going to have Sarah join us, and she is going to help me tell the story about the giant diamond cube.
What?
A giant diamond cube?
Yes, a giant diamond cube. It was a very funny story, and she tells it very funny. So y'all can
Hold off on that, yeah.
Yeah, we'll hold off, and she'll come in and tell the story maybe next week or something.
She got encased time, and John Mack, this was on the old map, he was still on it, and he came in and he saw she was encased, and he started changing her encasement to like loads of different things, and he changed it to diamond block, and there was like 4 or 5 of us all around it watching, and as soon as it changed to diamond block, everyone just ran at it, and just started taking diamonds, and he had to try to change back really fast. Oh, it was so funny. We got like 4 diamond blocks each.
Wow.
I'll sometimes spectate somebody. Of course, we don't have spectate reinstalled yet, but when we did, I would spectate someone, and I would use the replace near world edit command, and like I would replace near all the tall grass to diamond blocks, and then immediately undo it. And so person would just do. I'm walking along in these plains, and then all of a sudden all the grass turns to diamond blocks. And then they all turn back again, and they just stop. They turn around a few times, and like, WTF? All the tall grass turned to diamond blocks.
Sounds so
Harsh,
evil.
but same funny.
Yes, the admins do love pranking the players. Peanut, do you remember when you kept following me in the cave and you kept blocking up the entrance? I kept thinking I was lost.
Oh, that was fun. I was doing the same thing to War. I was spectating him, and instead of changing, well, I actually did change a lot of blocks. I was messing with you a lot that day. I kept using a hollow sphere of stone. So as he was going down into the cave, I would do the hollow sphere. He'd turn around, and then the cave would be blocked. And then he'd turn around, he'd completely lose his way. And I kept making it, and then getting rid of it, and then making it, and getting rid of it. And so every time he turned around, he just didn't know where he was going.
Yeah, I still think it's funny how I found out. It's like you said something about, you said that I was messing with a player, and I kept blocking up the way he was going, and all of a sudden I went, that was you? Sudden realisation that I've been pranked by an admin.
All this time and you find it now.
All this time and I find out it's my one true enemy.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. As long as it's not destructive or you're killing somebody, then you're safe.
Yes, killing anybody.
War doesn't like to be killed.
I do not.
He rage quits as well, which is the worst bit about it.
I rarely rage quit.
You rage quit all the time when you get like, yeah, trying to case you,
no, I
like,
don't.
try and kill you, and yeah, you leave.
No, my catchphrase is if I have to go AFK, I always go, okay, right, I'm going to go AFK, guys, but because I don't trust you people, I log off.
That is very true.
I don't trust you people.
Like, be careful in Topher's house, because he is just waiting for somebody to die in his house.
Maybe he should set up a camera or something.
No, I've helped him build 2 redstone contraptions, and I'm not going to say what they are, because I don't want somebody to listen to this and then try and go and mess him up. But he's built 2 redstone contraptions that if you go inside of his house and you don't know that they're there, it will kill you.
It would have killed me earlier, but luckily I was in creative mode, so I survived.
Lucky.
Yeah, lucky.
Your luck
Just
will
like
run
that
out
time we
one
were
day.
playing, what was it, Ultimate Chicken, and you just happened to be in creative.
And MPL happened to be in God mode.
So, Mal, you finished the big farm now, right?
Yes, I have. I have got a layer of absolutely everything in.
That includes most of the trees, doesn't it? Because I know you have a jungle tree on top.
I have 4 jungle trees on top, 1 in each corner, and then a little section of every other tree. I haven't actually opened the tree to the public, but I've got to add another layer of steps in, and then anyone can come and use that as they want. I've also left room in there for room to expand for when 1.4 comes out with carrots and potatoes. So I'm thinking ahead, and then I can always add layers on top of that again then if I require.
Well, is anybody else working on any major projects? Maybe just a personal project?
Nothing new.
No, me and Joe still working on top of the nether base and our 4-colour base castle thing.
Yeah, found a way to stop beds from exploding in the nether.
Which is pretty cool, actually.
I know.
Well, why
Oh,
they
I was so
explode in the
happy.
nether anyway?
And we tested it, and the TNT explosion's bigger than the. Oh no, smaller. The beds
The
explode
bed.
more than TNT. It's ridiculous.
I think the person I'm working on with the castle found that out the hard way.
Yeah, me and Joe had to go and fix that for him.
So it's
I
like,
tried to
oh,
roll it back and it wouldn't work.
so I was sitting on Skype practicing tech it and that, and all of a sudden I get a message from Joe going, Pluto was trying to remove the ceiling with beds, but it sort of detonated and damaged your room. Okay. Was there any other damage? Yeah, it sort of chained with the other beds and caused a massive explosion. So yeah, never messed with beds and never.
He was trying to place one and he got lag and it like double. He placed it, but nothing happened, so he tried to place it again. So then it placed and then he used it, and everything just exploded in his face and he died.
Oh, it's not his fault, it's lag, but...
It was quite funny, though.
Funny for you, not for me. It was only my room that was affected.
Did you just give him the grand?
Have y'all opened up the Nether Town to the public yet?
Not yet. We're trying to work out a way that people can have a house there and in the overworld, because most builders can only have one, unless they donate and then they get more.
Well, they could have a home in the netherworld and they can set their bed in the overworld.
Yeah, and we just have to work out the prices for them houses, and then I guess we'll open up.
Yeah, need to work on. We were thinking of having like a netherworld farm, like a public one.
Originally, we were thinking of putting one under each house, but yeah, the effort that's required is like so much.
Netherwart farms are easy to get though. Like I have one and it's only like 10 by 6 and I get a minimum of 3 stacks of netherwart out of it, and that's after replanting.
Yeah, you get a heck of a lot from it.
It might actually be something we could do over time rather than just all at once. But you know, it's just really annoying.
Yeah, I reckon we should probably have a chat tonight about prices and then maybe open it up. And then as people join, we could always put them in if they really want them. Or we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
make one big one. Because we have to go through the bedrock so that we could get enough height for the netherwart farms, because they're like basement.
Yeah, because of course the town was built on the top of the nether, so it's fairly odd.
The entire thing is flat. The thing that grows up there, the North town, is mushrooms, which means you get herbalism up as well.
You don't have to
Chicken
worry
as well,
about gas up there
A
either.
dome over it.
No ghasts. You have to get, they're a pigman, but we'll probably end up setting a flag so don't spawn.
I have a question for you, Mel. What actually made you want to build a town in the nether?
In the nether or on the nether?
Technically on the nether.
Just the fact that you can.
Yeah, the fact that you can, and it is flat, so you don't have to do any terraforming or anything.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Peanut Lord from Eirinncraft. If you'd like for us to make more of these, let us know in the comments or on the forums. The information for the server and TeamSpeak are in the description, and thanks for listening.